Like, really, you've just put me on a thing right now where I feel like I have a responsibility to you to just bring you a little bit down off the hype train. Because these types of things are, well, I don't know. Put them socks on. No, yeah, like definitely put the socks on because you need those socks. It's the cold. It's winter time. The floor is still cold. Um, but let me talk to this agent that I made real quick. And in fact, it's open source, so you could go check it out. You don't have to sign up for any sort of program or anything. You could just literally go to the GitHub, LKS AI, LKS-AI/IBIS, IBIS. And you can look at the source code that's in JavaScript written in HTML because Grandpa does business in public, not like all those shady businessmen who sit there in their offices. All right, so, okay, what is IBIS? Blah, 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 blah. Ask me anything, great. I could type to it, or I could talk to it because it uses Whisper to translate my words into text. And then it uses that text to send that text to ChatGPT 4.0. And then ChatGPT 4.0, is given a specific prompt, which I can literally show you just directly in the source code of the program right here by hitting Control-Shift-K to get to the console in Firefox. And then actually we're gonna head over to the inspector. Wait, the debugger. Here's our beautiful index.html file. And literally, it's just all laid out right here. Here's all of the JavaScript that I wrote and ChatGPT wrote, like we wrote it together. And there's this whole long prompt right here, which tells it exactly how to behave. Tells it not only that, but it tells it all of the other things. Yeah, every AI expert saying we'll get ASI in the next 2 years. Okay, but could we first define what ASI really is? Could we first define like something that's beyond like a test to say that like, what about using a body? Do you need intelligence for that? Because these LLMs don't have bodies. They're just text. So, they could talk and stuff like that, and they could do all this other stuff, and they can even control robots. But all of those things are different models. That is not an end-to-end model, which is essentially what the goal for ASI or AGI would be. Literally, OpenAI came out saying the other day that we changed our, essentially they said they changed their idea, what they said of what AGI is, to like what they define AGI to be. And then if you go read where they said that definition is, essentially that definition says it is the thing that makes us more money. So if you define it by that way, they've definitely reached AGI eternally, I think. I mean, I think I've reached AGI eternally as well. Okay, so it has all this information about like what it could do. This is my agent, okay? This is one of my agents. I make many agents. So you can just go look at this code yourself, and the prompt is literally written in English, so you can understand exactly what it does. And there's certain reasons why I formatted everything like this, because that's what's needed in this system prompt. And that's what a system prompt is called. Like, GPTs. Essentially what you do when you make a GPT is you're writing a system prompt, and the rest of it's the chats that go along with it, that go into here, this part of this interface. So here's my nice little interface, blah, 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 blah. What does it actually do? Well, let's close this out. Let me just turn my turn the music off right quick. Turn that off. And we'll go ahead and stick this in mic privileges. Hi, Ibis. How you doing today? I would like to see you make me something pretty cool. Like, I don't know. I'm kind of feeling in a festive mood, and I want to see something about like robots and AI and AGI. So it's now sending my shit from Whisper, did it, right? Sending it to.
Your festive robotic scene is complete. I've added AI and AGI elements to bring it to life. Let me know if you'd like to explore further or adjust the visuals in any way.
So, no, I think we'll have autonomous like we already have autonomous entities. Like, have you seen Tesla's vehicles? Those are essentially autonomous. If you tell them to drive somewhere, they will. That are smarter than us, you have to define smarter, right? Okay, there's our festive.
Here's your festive scene with robots, AI, and AGI magically brought to life. Enjoy.
Nice, thank you. And it uses uses all OpenAI's endpoints. So it's using Dolly for doing the images. And what it does is, it codes itself. It writes its own code. It codes everything that goes on here in JavaScript. In fact, you can even see exactly what it's coding right here. So, yep, there's this instant response. This was the system prompt, like what actually ended up there. And it can do everything that 4.0 voice or whatever can do. I mean, it's not the 4.0 voice module, but it can do stuff that's more than that. It could write your whole page. The only thing that you need to put into it is an OpenAI API key. And by the way, this does not get sent anywhere. This is just, you could literally download this HTML file onto your computer and run it like that. But to answer your question more specifically, we don't have autonomous entities that are smarter than us. By smarter, I mean able to comprehend things that human brain is physically not capable of understanding. They already do that. So, okay. I can give you an example. So, okay, so first off, I just want to say, if we're not capable of understanding it, how do we know it exists? Because essentially everything that you do not comprehend shows up as noise. Like, I don't know if you've seen Westworld, but the robots in that were programmed so that anything that wasn't actually, yeah, they do got a lot of data on everybody. But, it's going back into the training. It's going back into the training, man. You should be happy. You're helping the future of AGI. You're doing your part and paying them money to do it. Like one of those volunteers who goes to clean up elephant shit in Thailand or something like that, and they pay $200 a week or something like that, and they help build the hut that they stay in. And they're like, I had this great time. It was amazing. I didn't feel like a slave at all. It's yeah, flabbergasting. No, it's like, okay, when you say to your cat, just try talking to your cat and saying something that's like, that a human would understand. Like, tell it a story. You know why your cat won't respond to you, besides the fact that it doesn't have a voice? Not a voice that can use, a mouth or whatever that can, the voice box that we have. But the cat, if you try to imagine what the cat hears. And they definitely don't hear. Or try talking to somebody in English when they don't understand English, right? Is even I'll take it closer. I'll take the example even closer, right? Do you understand Spanish? Si yo empiezo a hablar español contigo, ¿vas a entenderme o simplemente oyes una mierda de nada? Porque, ahora estoy hablando en español, pero no sé exactamente si me vas a entender o no. Y también estoy hablando muy rápido, pero ni sabes si estoy hablando rápido o no porque... So like, okay, yeah. And it sounded like I was talking really fast, right? And I do talk kind of fast. But you can't even hear the difference between where the words start and where they end. Like in English, when I talk to you, you can literally, you can imagine each word, like what's going on in your brain is like each word is getting separated out into... Like, really what's going on is like I'm just vibrating some energy in the air across to you. And then that vibration is getting picked up by some tiny things that are going on, like some organic machinery in your ears. And that's a signal that gets sent to your brain, and then your brain interprets that through multiple subnetworks to get to what you hear. So your brain has to learn how to process acoustics and all this other stuff. And it also, when it comes to language, it has to learn where one word stops and the other word begins. And the first part of learning a language, like to speak a language and listen and hear a language, is that you have to first be able to differentiate words from each other, right? And that's almost the same exact thing with AI or any other thing that humans build, because we have to build things in a way that we understand. Otherwise, we're just building some random shit that we don't even know what it's going to do or anything. Like, we just don't know. But the thing is, okay, like in the future, they might find out that all of the extra energy and shit that they're expending right now, they could literally get all of that energy just off the surface and data compute of super intelligent machines or whatever, and they could get them off of the surface of like an atom. It could fit onto the surface of an atom, this whole system, and it wouldn't take up hardly any energy from our perspective and scale. And it would be perfect and amazing, right? But there's, it's still a tool, and for every tool, it has a job. And if you try to use a hammer to screw in a screw, it's not going to work so